All right, everybody, welcome into the high noon edition of Pugs and Company. That's one of two different streams that we offer each and every day. The high noon one comes at you right now, high noon, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, every day, Monday through Friday. And then we double back and we do a little thing we call the Pillow Talk edition. That's usually at about 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night till whenever. However, I do apologize. We've not been doing the Pillow Talks with the consistency that I would like to do the Pillow Talks, but it's only because we're in a very bizarre time of year. People are off their schedules, different things are going on, oh my God. It is, I don't know if I'm coming or going. What a busy few days it's been. Happy Christmas to you. Happy New Year. Happy Merry, whatever we call it. Did you have a good Christmas? I had a nice Christmas. I was the stray again. Yeah, you know how I am. I don't like to be the stray. The stray is the person that shows up at somebody else's Christmas, and then you just, you don't have any like familial bonds with any of the people there. They're just people you like, and they were kind enough to invite you over. So you got to be on your best behavior. You can't really shit talk like all the other people in the family do. They all shit talk with each other. Yeah, it's just, it's being the stray, life of the stray. I didn't think I was going to be a stray this year. I thought I was going to stay home and just kind of do my own thing, and that didn't work out. So I ended up being the stray. Had a wonderful Christmas prime rib dinner with E the artist and his lovely family. So we had fun, and then that was over. Then I got my kid again, so that's why there was no pillow talk last night, and quite possibly no pillow talk tonight. We'll figure it out. Nobody's available to do pillow talk with me. That's part of the problem. Everybody's running around this time of year. Everybody's in, everybody's out, everybody's on vacation, nobody's working, everybody's this, everybody's that. So it's a little bit difficult to get the two pillow talks going. Also, guys, I've been up since 8:30 this morning. I slept in a little bit today. Had my kid last night. We watched the football game, the Cowboy game. We had a good time. Oh boy, that was quite a football game last night. So we got to bed a little bit later than usual, and so I didn't wake up to do my full on prep. But I woke up at 8:30. That was good. That was if I start prepping like 2 hours, 2.5 hours before we come on, then I pretty much have enough content. But not today. Holy cow, you guys. There is like nothing going on in the world right now. It is all just super disposable nonsense. And that's difficult for me because, the whole point of this show, the High Noon Show, is that we try to get you all prepped up for all the things that are happening in the world. We talk to you about the trending topics. We talk to you about things that are going around in current events. We talk to you about any breaking news, but none of that stuff. Oh my God, this is going to be a difficult week. Nobody's doing nothing. All right, so let's get into what today is. Today is, of course, December the 27th, year of our Lord, 2021. There are only 4 days left. It says 4 days remain until the end of the year. New Year's plans? Anybody got New Year's? I got no New Year's plans. I won't be doing anything this New Year's. I'll just gonna be me and who is it now? Ryan Seacrest? Is that who does it? For my entire life, it was Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, but then Dick Clark finally died. He imploded. Well, how long has Dick Clark been dead for? About 10 years? Probably, maybe even longer than that. I don't know. Dick Clark was a guy who went from being the world's oldest teenager. Look at him. He never ages. He looks exactly the way he looks in 1965. Oh, he's dead. I mean, it went straight from that. It went from he never got old. Dick Clark never got old. Maybe inside he got old. Maybe just the outside was well preserved. But I don't know. Who do I watch now? It's like Ryan Seacrest, right? Didn't he take over that whole thing? I guess you got Anderson Cooper does that thing. I hate CNN New Year's Eve. Oh my God, you guys. I just can't stand it. I couldn't stand it years ago when it was Kathy Griffin. It was Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin, and everybody was like, oh, they're so wild. Oh, they're so fun. No, they're just dumb. It's just stupid. You know why it's stupid? Because I don't want my hard news, and CNN was always supposed to be hard news. I don't want them getting silly once a year, I mean, that was always the biggest train wreck of a broadcast that they could put on. And it was so anti what they had hoped their brand would be. CNN, the world's news leader, CNN. And then it's like drunk Anderson Cooper and like shit talking Kathy Griffin there for 4 hours on New Year's Eve, and then everybody's drunk. They used to roll out like Don Lemon and Brooke Baldwin. They were the two some that would come on after the Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin stuff, and they were just Don Lemon was always shit. There is drunk Don Lemon stuff out there. You know, maybe that's a pillow talk show all unto itself. Maybe we'll do that on New Year's Eve. Drunk Don Lemon. Ugh. Just so undignified. Just come on. You can't be railing about all the ills of the world and pretending like you're the guy that's got the answers. And then you show up one day a year and you're shit-faced talking about your boyfriend at 1 o'clock in the morning on CNN. Come on. I don't need that. So they got rid of Kathy Griffin and then they went to that Andy Cohen guy, who I like. I like Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen's funny. He's a catty dude. He is a cat. They got rid of Kathy Griffin, remember, because she did the thing with Trump's head. Trump's head. She took a picture. And then they were like, oh, that is so offensive. You can't do that. And then, of course, because she's on the left, she went, oh, I'm sorry. I'll go away now. I will fall on my sword because we are the only people in this world who find honor in falling on their swords. So I'm going to now go away. I'll be over here with Al Franken and all the other pussies who didn't stand up to the crowd, the mob that said, this will not stand. You will not be allowed to be famous anymore. Go away. And then you just went away. Meanwhile, everybody else on the other side, they got the playbook. They know how to do it. You know what they do when people say, you must go away. You cannot be famous. They go, right there, folks. Right there. Stick that up your ass. Forget about it. 24 hours later, everybody's moved on to something else, and they survive. But that's what happened to Kathy Griffin. She got bounced out. And then they brought in the Andy Cohen, who I actually think is better. I've seen a couple of those too. But I still don't like it. I still don't like the... Isn't the best part of New Year's Eve the local stuff? Isn't that what you want? Don't you want to see like the local B team TV people out there somewhere doing the countdown in some like sparsely packed arena or a bunch of people in ball? It's the time when everybody gets to be drunk on TV. So if I'm going to watch somebody drunk on TV, I'll watch the local folks. Other than that, I got no plans for New Year's Eve. All right, so what is happening today? Moment of joy? No, don't even have a moment of joy. You know my moment of joy? My moment of joy, I suppose, would be that my kid is in the other room. He's on the other side of that wall. Can't wait for me to be done with this because he's got big plans for the day, apparently. And at the end of the day, it's another 80-degree day here in Texas. It is the 27th of December. New Year's Eve is coming. I'm wearing short sleeves. I got my air conditioning on. It is sunny outside. This isn't normal. We broke a record. It was the warmest Christmas day in Dallas-Fort Worth history, 82 degrees. Broke the record. So that's something. So we're turning into South Florida around here. It's going to be like that. You know, it's not supposed to be cold. I mean, we're not supposed to get a foot of snow and be below zero here. But it's supposed to be jacket weather. It's supposed to be, long pants and hooded sweatshirt and maybe a jacket. That I can handle. That's fine. But man, we ain't even getting that. It's boat weather. We're going to get the boat out on Lake Louisville. It's time to head out. What is the temperature right now, actually? Let's see if we can get the exact temperature. All right. It always takes my phone a little bit of time to do this. Yeah, we'll check back in on that. All right. So, really, it's just going to spin. That's going to derail the show. The temperature is going to derail the show. All right. Let me pull it up on Microsoft. Let's see that's 75. All right. 75. It's supposed to go up to, it's going to be 79 at 4 o'clock. At least that's what it says. So we got that to look forward to. All right. So here is the deal with today's show. I'm not sure anybody's going to be joining us. I think it might just be me. And like I said, there is just nothing going on here. I'll run down quickly what's happening on Twitter. I pulled some things that we can get into a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to get the full 2 hours in today of the show. I think this week is just going to be like a weird week. I got my kid. There's nothing that anybody is talking about. All right, trending number 1 is the Batman. Yeah, that's fine. Monday motivation. I'm feeling 2022. Lego build day. Pat McAfee show. I don't want to overreact, but Insecure, the HBO show that I don't watch, that I hear is good. It just doesn't appeal to me. 10 TV shows to know me. I mean, there's nothing trending. There is no news. Logan Paul is trending. Well, there's something. So we'll see what that's about. Some Nigerian entertainer who's like a big star in Nigeria, plays like 100,000 people venues. He's trending. His name is Shatta Whale. Shatta Whale is trending. And I don't know why he's trending, because the news story that hooks to why he's trending comes from PM News Nigeria. And when I clicked on it, I got a virus. I clicked on it to read the story, and now I got pop-ups that I don't know what to do with. All right. Marcus Crane, he's a pro wrestler. He passed away. There's not a whole lot going on today. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But we'll get into some things. I do have a couple of things we can talk about here just to get you all prepped up. Because after all, that's the point of this show. Getting you all prepped up so that you know everything that's happening in the world. And nobody's talking about anything today. However, on this day, why is today pretty darn cool? Because on this day in 1983, Pope JP2, Pope John Paul II, remember that dude? You remember he got shot in St. Petersburg Square? They shot him. They tried to assassinate the Pope. That's a ballsy move for somebody who believes in heaven. He tried to kill the Pope. And then, like, on this day, 2 years later, Pope John Paul II went and visited his assassin in prison and forgave him. My God. You almost have to do that, though, right? Like the Pope, like probably in his meetings, they were like, so Pon, if you're really going to meet this guy, I'm going to meet this guy. So you're going to go see what he said. I'm going to kick his ass. No, Pope, you can't do that. You can't. This is going to be terrible for your branding. Here, walk with me on this one. I'm going to tell you how this needs to play out, and it'll be the way that'll be best for your legacy. I promise you, Pope JP2. You walk in, and you want to slap him across the face. You want to kick him in the nuts. You want to have your boys rough them up. You're the Pope. You've got the Swiss Guard. They can handle these problems for you. You want to do that, and that all seems like perfectly natural reaction. But how about this, Pope? Forgive him. How about just forgive him, Pope? Why would I do that? Well, because you're the Pope, and it would send a good message to the rest of the world. And that's what happened on this day in 1983. Pope John Paul II visits Mehmet Ali Al-Ghaka in Rabbidia's prison and personally forgave him for the 1981 attack on him in St. Peter's Square. Yeah, look at that. Very good. Also, we like to do a thing now on this show. This is for E the Artist. He enjoys this. I say there's been a plane crash every single day of the year. Every single day of the year, the plane has gone down. Now, this is all a part of my theory that plane travel, air travel, commercial air travel has gotten exponentially safer in the last 22 years. When I was a kid growing up, I seem to remember plane crashes all the time, like big ones, every 6 months. Every 6 months, another plane from Ohio going to France would crash or something like that, you know? And then right around year 2020, oh, look, I make an exception for the terror attacks that followed in the early 2000s. Those were not mechanical issues. Those were not bombs that snuck through security. Although I suppose they just turned the plane into a bomb. But at any rate, when I talk about air travel being safer now, what I really mean is things don't break on the plane at 30,000 feet. It doesn't seem to happen as much as it did back in the day. Or like really shoddy security, you know, where like bombs in a suitcase get packed onto a plane. That doesn't really seem to happen all that. We seem to got our shit together since about 2000. So my theory is that before 2000, there was probably a plane crash that would go with every single day. And he challenged me to, you know, make that list. Fine. You think there's a plane crash you show me that there's a plane crash every day. Well, on this day in 1991, Scandinavian Airlines flight 751 crashed at Gatoria Airport in Norrtälje. I don't know. I can't. These are Swedish words, you know, with like umlauts and stuff like that. I don't know what these things mean. All right. 25 people died in 91. And also, this goes against my theory that it's safer, although it is a Kazakhstani airline. In 2019, 2 years ago, Beck Air Flight 2100 crashes during takeoff from Almaty International Airport in Almaty, Kazakhstan, killing 13 people on board. So there you go. So we got two plane crashes on this day. Every day, I'm telling you, every day of the year, there's a different plane crash. Some days there are multiple. We had one day last week where there were six plane crashes in one day. All before 2000, that one. No, you know what it was? There were 3 legit plane crashes. There were 2 hijackings and a Learjet. That's what it was. It was 2 hijackings, 3 legit plane crashes, commercial airliners that fit the criteria of this little project that I'm doing. And then 1 was a Learjet. Yeah, but still, All right. Let's see here. Happy birthday to John Amos. John Amos is see, John Amos was born on this day in 1939. Actor, you'd know him if you saw him. He played James Evans on Good Times. He played the dad on Good Times, but then he also played. He was on The West Wing, which is one of my favorite shows. He played the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on The West Wing for years and years. But here's the problem with John Amos. I always think he's dead. I always think he's dead because he seems to have been killed off in everything that he's known for. Like he died, right? He died in Good Times. James Evans, he died. Apparently there was a contract dispute and he wanted to leave the show, or he wanted more money or whatever. And they said, yeah, we're not paying you more money. We're just going to kill you off. So they killed off James in Good Times. And then when he played the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on the West Wing, they killed him off in some tragic terror bombing. He got killed, he was assassinated in the West Wing. So every time I think of the actor John Amos, I think that he's dead. But he's not. He's alive. He's doing fine. All right. Also celebrating a birthday on this day, China. Not China the country, China the wrestler. Remember China the wrestler lady? Jeff Glenn, what do you mean? Yes, he died. Damn. No, John Amos is not dead. I'm telling you, not according to Wikipedia, he ain't dead. Let me see here. I'll tell you, man. I'll get on that one again. Are you telling me that he's dead? Let's see here. I don't think he is. I think it's like I think he's dead, but he's not dead. Okay. John Amos, American actor. Yeah, he's still alive. Oh, you're talking about the scene in Good Times. See, it's like is he dead? Is he alive? He's alive. He's very much alive. And he is currently 82 years old. John Amos. There you go. Happy 32 birthday. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, China. That's right. I want to talk a little bit about China. So China is her birthday today. She died in 2016. Remember China? China was like, oh my God, that poor lady. That lady had all kinds of things going on in her life. She was, so China came around in the late 90s, and like if she came around today, like she wasn't. Did she have like body issue? Like so she was like a dude. Like remember China? China was ripped, man. She was massive. She was a woman who looked like a massive dude. I think she must have taken years and years of steroids. She must have done all kinds. But I don't know that she was trans. I don't think she was gay. She did porn. Oh my God. She did drugs. She was like in a long-term relationship with Triple H, who was weird because Triple H went from China to Stephanie McMahon, which is two different types of woman. That's for sure. They're two different, I don't know. She died of a drug overdose, they think. Well, I mean, she did a lot of drugs, so they're pretty sure it was drug overdose, but it also had something to do with her heart. She died in 2016, but she was born on this day, 1969, China. I don't have all that much I can riff on with China. I just find her to be a sad person. Like when I think back on, like she used to always go on Howard Stern, and oh God, it was funny stuff because she seemed to be okay with it. Like just the way they would rip on her and just make fun of her and tease her about her looks and about her life. And it was all fun in the moment. And we sat there and we listened to it and like, oh, China, she's a good sport. But that had to hurt. That like has to be part of the reason why. Not specifically her being picked on by Howard Stern, but her entire life in general of people just being mean to her. Yeah. And then she did porn. I mean, I never saw it, but she became a porn actress. Not interested in that. Not really good. No, thank you. All right, so there you go. That's your birthdays. Let's see here. What else do we have? So let's get into the stuff that's trending because there's absolutely not a whole lot of great stuff trending here, guys. Yeah, by grossest porn star ever. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's more that are out there that are a little bit less, but yeah, China was a thing, man. I actually knew a guy that liked her, that found her attractive. Which, okay, fine, good. I'm glad that there's someone for everyone. But I don't know. God bless you, China. Rest in peace wherever the hell you are, and happy birthday to you. So trending number one, Baba Vanga. See what I mean? This is trending number one on Google and on Twitter, although it's not number one on Twitter anymore. Who's Baba Vanga? Baba Vanga is considered the modern era's Nostradamus, right? She's like some blind mystic from, like, I don't know, Bulgaria or something like that. And she apparently, throughout her life, she wrote down all of these predictions. And every year they trot out her latest predictions for the new year. And, I guess she has in the way that you can make these general broad predictions and then you can retrofit them to match something that happened. Oh, well, what they were talking about here was obviously the coronavirus pandemic, that kind of thing. It all depends entirely on your willingness to believe. A blind clairvoyant who supposedly predicted 9/11 and Brexit has made 6 chilling forecasts for 2022, including a new pandemic. Vangelia Gusterovia, known as Baba Vanya, lost her vision when she was 12 years old in Bulgaria. I was right on Bulgaria. Very good. She claimed God gave her the gift of clairvoyance as he made and has made predictions up until 5079, which are revealed before the start of each year. 5079. So she supposedly has New Year's predictions until 5079. Now, she died in 1996, so many believe the mystic possessed paranormal abilities before her death at age 84 in 1996. Her visions are said to include the Chernobyl tragedy, Princess Diana's death, and the dissolution of the Soviet Union. In a blow to millions across the globe, Baba Vanya has predicted 2022 will not be much better than 2021. Oh, yeah, going on a limb there. Gonna say that this year's gonna suck too. Every year sucks. Every year, I said this the other day. At this time of year, every year, people act like the year we're just wrapping up is the worst in history. This year was better than last year. Okay, it was better. We're still dealing with the pandemic, but it's getting a little bit better. We opened up a little bit more. We got people going to games. We got concerts reopening. I know that we're in the middle of this new COVID shit that's happening right now, but for the most part, 2021 was better than 2020. It just was. And hopefully 2022 will be even a little bit better. Who knows? But we all like to pretend like we've just experienced something that was unique and special. It was the worst. I can't believe we made it through the past year. Oh, stop it. You know what? There were a couple of years. 2010 for me was really bad. Okay, I don't know that 2010 has been topped as far as my personal worst years ever. So let's just stop it. Let's just stop being negative. Let's embrace the new year that's coming. 2022 is going to be awesome. One of Vanya Banya, we'll just call her that because I don't remember her name. One of her more eyebrow-raising prophecies states that an asteroid known as Oumuamua will be sent by aliens to seek out life on Earth, and the creatures could take prisoners. Oh, yeah? Did she say that? First of all, Oumuamua is a real thing. Here, I'll pull this up for you. So I'm sure she didn't call it that. I'm sure she just said, see, this is what I mean. They take things that aren't necessarily spot on that she said years ago, and then they retrofit it to match something. So Oumuamua, NASA Solar System Exploration is a real thing. Let me pull it up here. But I'm sure that before 96, when she died, she didn't call it that. These are just people retrofitting her predictions. Oumuamua is the first known interstellar object detected passing through the solar system. Let's see. This was discovered in 2017, and whatever. It's something that's flying around out there. And now we're going to just, yeah, kiddo, my kid's here.
About the conversation we had in the car about the message from space.
Oh yeah, probably not, because I don't know enough about. My son and I had a conversation about the earliest radio transmission received from space, and we talked about that yesterday in the car ride. I'm not really up on that though. Sorry. Appreciate the production from the other room.
Oh, I'm going to the main house now.
Oh, you're going? What are you doing over in the main house?
Probably listen, man.
All right, E, if you're listening, incoming. Kid's coming over. Why are you dressing like it's winter? It's 80 degrees outside.
Because these are the clothes I brought.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And I don't feel heat.
All right. As soon as you leave, I can restart the show. So. All right. So more on Baba Vanya and her prediction. So we've got an asteroid that she says is going to come to Earth. Well, we don't need that. There's an incoming call. No, thank you, sir. She also sees another pandemic coming, one discovered in Siberia, she says, that will be caused by a frozen virus released by climate change. Australia and a number of countries in Asia are going to be hit with a bout of disastrous floods, Baba Vanya says. In other countries, population increases will leave many with a shortage of drinking water, Baba Vanya says. States will apparently be forced to search for alternative solutions to find new sources of water, Baba Vanya says. Meanwhile, temperatures will soar to 50 degrees Celsius in India. I don't know what that is. What is 50 degrees Celsius? What does that mean? Albert Gomboa says, didn't Nostradamus predict Hitler, but called him Hitler? No, he called him Hissler. He wrote of someone named Hissler, but I don't know. You know what? I've seen a whole lot of stuff. I used to love Nostradamus, The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. Oh my God. That was like a late 80s documentary that was on HBO. The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. That was like my introduction to Nostradamus. And I became a big Nostradamus fan. And what I learned over the years is that he was wrong way more than he was right. And even the shit that Nostradamus was right about has that retrofitting aspect to it, where you take something he said and then you go, all right, let's look through everything that happened and see if we can cherry pick something that might correspond to what this dude said back in, 1500 or whatever. If you've guessed, I don't believe much in these clairvoyance. Let's see here. Perhaps the most believable prediction is that people will spend more time than ever in front of screens in the upcoming year. She didn't predict that. Again, this is cherry picking. She didn't know what screen. She was 86 years old in 1996. She had no idea. Those addicted to technology will be pushed in a downward spiral and will confuse fantasy with reality, she says. Many have doubted whether the forecasts which come out every year are legitimately from Baba Vanya, like me, I doubt it, as they were never actually written down. Known as the Nostradamus from the Balkans, she has also been known to get things massively wrong. Predictions that have been way off the mark include Obama being the last U.S. president. Well, is that wrong? I don't know what we got now. I don't know. He seems to be the last president that people legitimately go, yeah, okay, he won. Let's move on from that. Every other president since then, I don't think we'll ever have a legitimate president again. Everything's going to be, bullshit. Everything's going to be, stolen. Trump stole it in 2016. Biden stole it in 2020. We don't believe anything anymore. All right. COVID kids are trending as well. Here's a happy one, huh? Kids in pediatric hospitalizations have increased 4 times in New York City, and it's rising in major cities across the country. So kids are now checking into hospitals with COVID. I could talk for an hour about all this COVID stuff, but nobody wants to hear that. You hear a lot, I am so done with COVID. Well, is COVID done with us? That's the question. Is it done with us? Because it doesn't seem like it is. Jeff Glenn says maybe Baba Vanya's prediction was correct in that she's saying that Obama was the last president that we all recognized. Well, not even all of us recognized Obama as president. So, maybe. Who knows? Did she predict Obama? See, she died in 96. I don't think she predicted Obama. So where does this come from? I mean, that's burying the lead that she knew in 96 that Obama was going to be president. Okay, COVID kids is trending. Power outage. There are thousands without power in the Nevada, California region. Apparently, there's a big snowstorm that was brewing up there. Boy, I saw that snowstorm yesterday. I watched my Bears game up in Seattle. Boy, they had a snowstorm up in Seattle. I don't know if that's going to come down this way. I don't know if it's going to change what we got. But as I said, it's 80 degrees right now and sunny outside. So I could go. I would die for a little snow. I would die for one evening where I don't have to have my air conditioning on. I'm so done with the air conditioning. So a lot of people without power up in that part of the country. We'll see what that storm does. Here's a big local story. Now this story is weird, man. You following this? The Garland convenience store shooting that occurred last night. Yeah, Jennifer, I see there's a day coming up. Jennifer says we'll be freezing by this weekend. There is a day coming up that the weather says it's going to start out in the day. It's going to be like 75 degrees, and then it's going to go down to 29 at night. That's all I can tell you is that's going to screw up my sinuses. That's not going to be good. 3 dead after Texas convenience store shooting. Suspect remains at large. A 4th victim of the shooting is currently in the hospital in critical condition, according to police. 3 people are dead and 1 has been critically injured after a convenience store shooting in Garland, Texas, Sunday night. Police responded to a report of a gunshot wound just after 7:30 p.m. Let's see. 3 men were pronounced dead on the scene, and the 4th was transported to a local hospital in critical condition. According to the press release, video surveillance obtained by detectives appears to show a man getting out of a white Dodge pickup truck. White pickup trucks and white vans. Just nothing good. Never own a white vehicle. You're always going to be looked for by police. There's always somebody looking for a white vehicle. According to the release, video surveillance obtained by detectives appears to show a man getting out of a white Dodge pickup truck, entering the convenience store, and shooting the 4 men before getting back in the passenger side of the vehicle and driving off. All right, so here's basically what happened. So apparently people were in a convenience store. I don't know at this point if the people were in the convenience store were hanging out, if they were friends, if they were known to the person, the shooter. But some dude pulls up in a white pickup truck, jumps out of the pickup truck, runs into the store, shoots everybody in the store, doesn't rob the store, at least not according to any of these, shoots everybody in the store, gets back in the car, drives away. He's out there right now. He's out there right now in the Metroplex driving around. Well, unless they caught him. Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people looking for this guy. But as of this morning, when I was looking this up, they hadn't caught him. Here's the release. This evening on December the 26th, just after 7:30 p.m., Garland police responded to a report of a gunshot wound in a convenience store in the 700 block of West Walnut Street. When officers arrived, they observed 4 males inside the store who had been shot. 3 of the males were pronounced deceased at the scene, and the 4th victim was transported to a local hospital in critical condition. Detectives retrieved video surveillance showing all the victims inside the store. The video showed a light-skinned male exit. What is light-skinned male? What does that mean? Is that a black guy or a white guy? I know we're not supposed to say what color they are anymore, but we're all looking for this guy. Let's be a little bit more clear. Right? Let's stop with the political correctness, the bullshit. Is this a light-skinned black male, a light-skinned white male? Is it a light-skinned Asian? What are we talking about here? Can we get a little bit more? Well, you can't. You can't tell people the color. Why not? This isn't about a racial thing at this point. This is about getting somebody who pulled up to a convenience store, killed 3 people, and shot a 4th. I don't really give a shit about your political correctness. A light-skinned male. I don't know what that is. I mean, what are we talking about here? A light-skinned male exited a white Dodge four-door pickup truck, opened the front doors of the convenience store, and began firing a gun, striking the victims inside. The male suspect is then seen getting back in the white truck on the passenger side and then fleeing at a high rate of speed. The male shooter is described as light-skinned male. Doesn't help. Light-skinned male. Is that a white guy? Is that a white guy or is that a black guy with light skin? What? Doesn't help. What are we looking for here? The male shooter is described as a light-skinned male wearing a baseball hat, blue surgical mask, and dark-colored athletic shorts. He was not wearing a shirt. That doesn't help. That doesn't help with me figuring out if it's a white guy or a black guy or an Asian guy or a Latino guy. The investigation remains active and detectives are still trying to determine what led to the shooting. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Garland Police Department. And it gives a phone number. Callers may remain anonymous by calling Garland Crime Stoppers. A reward of up to $5,000 is being offered for information that leads to the identity and arrest of the suspect. All right. Let's see here. The suspect and the driver. Oh, wait a second. Oh, so this is two people. So the driver. Okay. So a white pickup truck pulls up in front of this convenience store, a Texaco gas station and convenience store. So a white pickup truck, dude jumps out of the passenger side, runs in, shoots everybody in the store, jumps back in the passenger side, and the car drives off. So we're talking about two people. The suspect and the driver remain at large, and police are asking anyone with information to reach out to the department. The male shooter is described as a light-skinned male wearing a baseball hat, blue surgical mask, and dark-colored athletic shorts. He was not wearing a shirt. The victims' identities have not yet been released, and the investigation remains active. The Garland Police Department, Lieutenant Pedro Barano, told CNN that the suspect and getaway driver had not been identified as of early Monday morning. This does not appear to be a robbery, Barano told the outlet, adding that they have not determined whether the shooter knew the victims. Police did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Okay. Yeah, that's from People Magazine. I don't know why People Magazine is in the breaking news business, but they are. All right. So we're watching that locally. I mean, is this a thing that's happening or is this, see, again, I talked about this the other night. I compartmentalize